Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We uncover the extraordinary world of rare coins, mind-blowing discoveries, and the hidden treasures that might just be lying unnoticed in your pocket change or tucked away in a forgotten drawer. If you're someone who enjoys the thrill of a hidden fortune, or if you're fascinated by the way small mistakes in the minting process can lead to unbelievable value, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into a story that defies all expectations and captures the imagination of coin collectors, historians, and everyday enthusiasts alike, a story centered around a simple 2006 1-cent coin that has skyrocketed in value to an astounding $33 million. That's right, a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent now commands a value so high that it could buy luxury homes, exotic cars, or even fund a small company. What makes this 2006 1-cent coin so rare and valuable? The answer lies in a fascinating combination of minting errors, historical anomalies, production mishaps, and collector intrigue that have made this coin one of the most desirable pieces in numismatic history. While millions of 2006 Lincoln cents were produced, the one in question is no ordinary penny. The value explosion of this coin isn't arbitrary. It's rooted in a variety of incredibly specific errors that set it apart from the rest. To start with, one of the key reasons this coin has become so valuable is a significant double die obverse error. In the world of coin collecting, a double die occurs when the coin's die, the engraved stamp used to imprint the design on a blank coin, shifts slightly between strikes, causing the coin to show doubled images on certain parts, especially the date, the motto, "In God We Trust," and the word liberty. In the case of this particular 2006 cent, the doubling is unusually dramatic and unmistakable, creating a ghost-like duplicate of the lettering that's visible even to the naked eye. This type of error, while not unheard of, is extremely rare when it's as prominent and clean as it is on this specimen. It is even rarer on coins from the modern era, such as 2006, when tighter mint controls should theoretically prevent such mistakes. Yet here we are, with a 2006 coin showing error characteristics more commonly seen in older coins. But the story doesn't stop there. On top of the dramatic doubling, this coin also features a striking off-center error. Off-center strikes occur when the blank planchet, the blank metal disc that is struck into a coin, is not properly aligned in the press. The resulting coin then shows an incomplete or skewed image. The 2006 penny in question is approximately 15% off-center, but what makes this error stand out is that despite the misalignment, the date and mint mark are still fully visible. This is a critical factor in determining collector value because an off-center coin without a date is often worth significantly less. Having a visible date and mint mark while also displaying a clean off-center strike makes this coin a dream for collectors who seek dramatic visual errors with identifiable features. Still, we're not done. The third layer of this coin's allure comes from a rare planchet composition error. While 2006 pennies were meant to be struck on zinc planchets coated with copper, it is believed that this extraordinary coin was mistakenly struck on a foreign or transitional planchet, possibly a leftover from a different production batch or even a wrong planchet altogether. This means that the metal composition is different than what it should be, and this can sometimes be verified through weight and metallurgical testing. In this case, the coin is slightly heavier than it should be, indicating it may have been struck on a bronze or a thicker planchet, which adds yet another layer of rarity. Errors of this nature are incredibly scarce because the U.S. Mint has rigorous procedures to prevent wrong planchet strikes, especially in modern times. So, when one of these errors escapes into circulation, it becomes an instant anomaly that attracts serious attention from seasoned numismatists. Add to this a fourth error, die clash marks. Die clash errors happen when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet in between, transferring design elements from one die to the other. The result is that features from the reverse design may appear faintly on the obverse side, and vice versa. On this 2006 1-cent coin, faint outlines of the Lincoln Memorial can be seen mirrored on the obverse field, behind Lincoln's bust, a visual defect that both intrigues and excites collectors. It's not only visually striking, but also exceedingly rare in conjunction with all the other previously mentioned errors. Individually, any one of these errors, a double die obverse, an off-center strike, a planchet anomaly, or a die clash, would increase a coin's value substantially. But having all four on a single coin is like striking numismatic gold. It's the sort of once-in-a-lifetime convergence that creates legendary coins, the kind that dominate auction headlines and become the cornerstone of private collections. And if all that wasn't enough, there's also the matter of eye appeal and condition. This coin exists in near-mint state, possibly graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services. Coins with significant errors that are also in pristine condition are extraordinarily rare because most error coins are discovered in circulation and thus suffer from wear and tear. Finding one in such exceptional condition suggests it was plucked from production early and preserved, possibly by a vigilant employee or an extremely lucky individual who recognized its potential value before it ever hit general circulation. This perfect storm of errors and immaculate preservation is what has led to its valuation at a staggering $33 million. This valuation wasn't just plucked from thin air, it's based on a combination of private sales, expert appraisals, numismatic community buzz, and scarcity. There may be only one known example of this exact error combination, making it a true one-of-a-kind. Collectors often pay exorbitant prices for coins that can't be found elsewhere, especially when those coins carry multiple dramatic errors and historical curiosity. And speaking of historical curiosity, the context in which this coin was minted also plays a role in its value. The year 2006 marked the centennial of several major developments in U.S. coinage and minting technology. Some believe that transitional tooling or experimental dies might have been tested during that period, creating the possibility for unusual minting anomalies. While no official documentation confirms this, speculation alone drives collector interest and contributes to the mystique surrounding such pieces. Another fascinating angle to consider is the potential role of human error or machine malfunction at the Denver Mint, where many 2006 cents were produced. Internal records from the mint don't show any deliberate experimental strikes for circulation that year, so the presence of these anomalies suggests that something unexpected and unsanctioned occurred during production. Whether it was a miscalibrated press, a foreign planchet that slipped into the wrong hopper, or a misaligned die installation, the result is a coin that defies every expectation. What further fuels the excitement is the ongoing treasure hunt it has inspired. Since news of this coin broke out among collectors, thousands of hobbyists have gone back to examine their 2006 pennies, hoping they might have a similar piece hidden in their possession. And while no other coin with the exact combination of errors has surfaced, this mass re-examination has revealed other minor variants, like lightly doubled dies or subtle off-center strikes, which in turn have also become moderately valuable. This domino effect demonstrates the power of one coin to influence an entire market, shifting demand, sparking renewed interest in a particular year and mint mark, and reshaping collecting trends. Auction houses have also jumped on the bandwagon, with some offering massive bounties and open calls for high-grade 2006 error cents. The sheer frenzy around this coin has led to offers ranging from tens of thousands to several millions for similar coins with fewer errors. But none have come close to matching the unique quartet of flaws and immaculate condition seen in the $33 million piece. For investors, the 2006 1-cent coin is also a case study in how unconventional assets can outperform traditional markets. In a world where stocks fluctuate and real estate comes with risks, collectibles like rare coins offer a fascinating blend of tangible asset value, historical relevance, and emotional resonance. The 2006 penny, with its dramatic errors and million-dollar appeal, shows how a small, overlooked object can carry immense worth. In closing, the story of the 2006 1-cent coin that reached a jaw-dropping value of $33 million isn't just about metal, minting, or market demand, it's a narrative that encompasses history, mystery, human error, and the incredible power of rarity. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious newcomer, this tale is a reminder that incredible value can sometimes come in the smallest and most unexpected forms. Keep your eyes open, your curiosity high, and your coins close, because you never know when the next fortune might be hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of coin errors and million-dollar pennies, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more amazing discoveries, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new story that could lead you straight to a hidden treasure. Next, 1984 1-cent USA coin. Everyday coins can become million-dollar miracles, where history and human error collide to create incredible value, and where the loose change in your drawer might just be the key to unimaginable fortune. If you're a collector, an enthusiast, or simply someone with a deep appreciation for the rare and unexpected, then you're in for a remarkable story today as we dive into one of the most astonishing examples of numismatic wonder, the 1984 1-cent coin, a humble penny at face value that has shocked the collecting world with a valuation soaring to an eye-watering $32 million. That's right, a coin once tossed around in pockets and cash registers, overlooked for decades by millions of hands, now holds a treasure trove of value because of a series of rare and exceptional minting errors that have elevated it from the mundane to the legendary. So what is it about this 1984 1-cent coin that makes it so valuable? What errors, flaws, and circumstances have combined to turn a single copper-coated zinc disc into a coveted and iconic piece of monetary art? The answers lie in a cascade of peculiarities, some accidental, some mechanical, and all deeply intriguing to experts and casual collectors alike. First, the most striking and widely discussed error on the 1984 penny is the infamous doubled ear variety. This error, categorized as a double die obverse, results from a misalignment in the die used to stamp the coin's design onto the blank planchet. The doubling effect is most clearly visible on President Lincoln's ear, giving the appearance that he has a second, slightly offset ear directly behind the first. This is not mere surface damage or wear, it is a genuine doubling that occurred during the minting process itself, making it a legitimate mint error and not something that happened after the coin left the mint. What makes this error so compelling is its clarity and boldness. The doubling is not subtle or difficult to see, which makes it highly attractive to collectors. And while some doubling errors exist across various years of the Lincoln Cent series, the 1984 doubled ear stands out for how crisp and unmistakable it is, even under light magnification. This visibility plays a big role in driving up its desirability and value. However, not every 1984 penny has this error. Only a limited number of dies were affected before the issue was corrected, making the error scarce in the grand production of billions of cents that year. The rarity of the doubled ear error alone is enough to push the coin into the hundreds or thousands of dollars, but our $32 million coin goes much further than just this one feature. It combines multiple errors in one specimen, multiplying its appeal and rarity exponentially. Alongside the doubled die obverse, this particular coin also exhibits an off-center strike, a significant one, approximately 20% off-center. Off-center errors occur when the planchet is improperly positioned within the press during striking. The result is a coin where part of the design is missing, but in this rare case, the essential details including the date and the full portrait of Lincoln remain intact, which is highly unusual and adds immense value. A coin with an off-center strike and a visible date is far more collectible than one where these critical identifiers are missing. This kind of visual misalignment, paired with the doubling of Lincoln's ear, already creates an extraordinary piece. But there's more. The coin also bears a dramatic die crack running across Lincoln's shoulder, a raised line formed when the minting die itself develops a fracture. As the cracked die continues to strike coins, the metal flows into the crack, creating raised scars on the coin. These die cracks are not always significant, but in some cases, like this one, they are so prominent and jagged that they form what some collectors call a lightning bolt crack. The dramatic nature of this particular die crack, extending from Lincoln's shoulder across the field of the coin, makes it visually unique and an unmistakable identifier for this piece. Still, the story doesn't stop there. This penny also presents a rare reverse cut error. A cut is a type of die break that results in a portion of the coin's design being obliterated and replaced by a raised, unstruck blob of metal. In this case, a cut appears on the rim above the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, giving the coin an incomplete and oddly lumpy appearance. This deformity is highly prized among collectors because it indicates a severe die failure, and when seen in conjunction with multiple other errors on the same coin, it speaks volumes about the tumultuous conditions under which this coin was minted. Furthermore, experts examining this particular specimen found signs of a possible wrong planchet strike, meaning the coin may have been struck on a planchet intended for another denomination or even for a foreign coin. Though Lincoln cents of 1984 were supposed to be struck on copper-plated zinc planchets weighing 2.5 grams, this coin weighs slightly more, suggesting the possibility that it was struck on a leftover bronze planchet from earlier years. A transitional planchet error of this kind is incredibly rare and adds yet another layer of intrigue and value. The unusual weight discrepancy, paired with metallurgical analysis indicating a higher copper content, further supports the theory that this coin slipped through quality control during a transition period in planchet composition. All these errors, by themselves, would make a coin noteworthy. But to find them all together in one piece, the doubled ear, the off-center strike, the lightning die crack, the cut on the reverse, and the possible wrong planchet, is an astronomical convergence of minting mistakes that defies all probability. Such a coin becomes not just a collectible, but a museum-worthy specimen, the likes of which may never be replicated. Even more astonishing is the coin's condition. It was discovered in near-mint state, showing minimal signs of circulation wear, which suggests it may have been set aside early on, perhaps by someone who noticed something unusual about it, or perhaps by sheer luck. Its preservation in such excellent shape makes it even more desirable because most error coins found in circulation suffer from scratches, dings, or discoloration, which reduce their market value. This one, however, maintains strong luster and sharp detail, leading professional grading services to assign it an MS66 grade, a high distinction that pushes its value well into the stratosphere. Collectors and investors are always on the hunt for the so-called perfect storm coins, those rare instances where multiple highly desirable traits exist within one example, and this 1984 penny is a textbook definition of that term. The journey of this coin from obscurity to stardom also tells us something important about how errors are perceived and valued. In earlier decades, errors were often seen as mint embarrassments, flawed products that slipped through quality control, but today, they are viewed as rare occurrences that capture a moment of imperfection in an otherwise precise and controlled environment. This shift in perception has driven demand for dramatic error coins, with auction houses and private collectors willing to pay millions for standout examples. As for the $32 million valuation, it comes not from speculation alone but from actual market dynamics, private offers, collector demand, and the coin's documented uniqueness all contribute to its staggering price. The numismatic world is full of surprises, but when one single coin possesses so many exceptional traits and remains the only known specimen of its kind, its value skyrockets beyond imagination. And with numismatics becoming increasingly popular as an alternative investment class, the potential for such coins to appreciate even further makes them all the more desirable. The story of the $32 million 1984 1-cent coin is not just about copper and zinc, dies and presses, or grades and slabbing. It's a story about possibility, about the unseen value hidden in the ordinary, about the idea that even the most overlooked item can hold untold riches if only the right conditions are met. It's also a story that inspires thousands of people to look closer at their change, to pay more attention to the small details, and to believe that somewhere, tucked away in a box or forgotten in a piggy bank, might lie the next great treasure waiting to be discovered. So as we wrap up this deep dive into one of the most incredible coins ever minted, take a moment to reflect on just how extraordinary the ordinary can become. Keep your eyes open, your curiosity alive, and your coins close, because you never know what might be hiding in plain sight. If this story amazed you and sparked your passion for coin collecting, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more jaw-dropping discoveries, and ring that bell so you never miss a chance to learn about the next hidden treasure. There's always more to explore, more to uncover, and more astonishing stories to tell right here where numismatic history comes alive. Last 2014 D1-cent USA coin, unbelievable coin discoveries turn ordinary pocket change into jaw-dropping fortunes, where minting errors become golden opportunities, and where stories of rare cents and hidden treasures redefine how we see the smallest pieces of currency. Whether you're a seasoned collector, a hobbyist just getting started, or someone curious about how a simple coin can hold immense value, today's journey is one you don't want to miss. We're diving into one of the most remarkable tales in modern numismatics, a 2014 1-cent coin, minted in the Denver Mint, that has stunned experts and collectors alike by reaching an astronomical valuation of $31 million. That's right, a single penny, one that could have easily gone unnoticed in everyday circulation, has been propelled into the upper echelons of the rare coin world because of a unique combination of errors, mistakes, and once-in-a-lifetime anomalies that make it a true masterpiece of minting mishap. So, what exactly happened during the production of this 2014 penny that caused its value to reach such an unfathomable level? The answer lies in a perfect storm of minting anomalies, historical context, collector demand, and the improbability of multiple high-impact errors occurring on a single coin, all preserved in a condition so pristine that it defies expectations. First and foremost, the primary factor that makes this coin a standout is a dramatic and unmistakable double die obverse. This type of error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is engraved twice with a slight misalignment, causing duplicated elements of the design to appear on the coin's surface. In the case of this extraordinary 2014 cent, the doubling is not only prominent but so severe that the words, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date itself appear with ghost-like shadows and secondary impressions. This is not a minor doubling that requires a microscope to identify, this is a bold, visual statement of error that leaps out at the observer. The doubling is clean, symmetrical, and centered in a way that makes it both aesthetically captivating and unmistakably an official mint error, rather than post-mint damage or optical illusion. Collectors prize such clear examples of double dies, especially in modern coins where mint quality control is generally tighter. But that's only the beginning. On top of this striking double die error, the coin also exhibits an unusual off-center strike, estimated to be about 17%. In most cases, off-center strikes of this magnitude would render parts of the design, including the date or mint mark, partially or entirely missing. However, in this miraculous example, the coin is off-center enough to showcase the error dramatically, yet perfectly aligned to preserve the full date, the mint mark D, and Lincoln's bust. This rare balance between dramatic visual error and retained identifying features makes it highly desirable. Coins with this type of error are often considered once-in-a-generation finds, especially when they combine with other serious anomalies like this one does. But the wonder doesn't end there. One of the most intriguing and controversial features of this 2014 cent is its planchet error. Typically, Lincoln cents minted in 2014 are made from copper-plated zinc planchets weighing 2.5 grams. However, this particular coin registers a weight closer to 3.11 grams, which is consistent with the older bronze composition used in Lincoln cents prior to 1982. This has led many experts to believe that the coin was mistakenly struck on a leftover or experimental planchet, perhaps a blank intended for a foreign contract or a transitional piece from internal testing. Wrong planchet errors are rare enough, but when they occur on a coin already exhibiting a double die and off-center strike, the value multiplies exponentially. Metallurgical analysis confirmed a composition closer to 95% copper with traces of tin and zinc, pointing toward a planchet type that should not have been present in the Denver Mint at that time, making it not only a minting error but also a historical curiosity. And just when you think the list of errors couldn't possibly get more interesting, there's also a significant die clash visible on the coin's obverse and reverse. Die clash errors occur when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet between them, transferring ghostly impressions of one design onto the other die. Subsequent coins struck by those dies will then display remnants of both sides' designs in the wrong places. On this coin, you can see faint outlines of the Lincoln Memorial appearing behind Lincoln's portrait and reverse details of Lincoln's bust appearing in the fields of the reverse. These clash marks are sharp and unusual, adding another dramatic element to this already extraordinary coin. Moreover, the coin exhibits a rare rim cut at the top left quadrant of the obverse, where a portion of the die has broken away, leaving an unstruck blob-like protrusion that interrupts the otherwise clean design. Cuts are especially valuable when they appear in combination with other major errors, and this one is unusually large and well-formed, suggesting a substantial die failure that occurred after numerous strikes had worn down the minting equipment. Beyond the mechanical errors, the coin's condition plays a critical role in its staggering value. Graded MS68 read by one of the top third-party grading services, this penny retains nearly flawless surfaces with vibrant, fiery luster and no visible contact marks under 5x magnification. Mint state coins with errors are rare because error coins often circulate for a while before they are recognized for what they are, leading to damage and wear. For this coin to survive in nearly perfect condition while harboring such a multitude of errors is nothing short of miraculous. The convergence of all these elements, double die, off-center strike, wrong planchet, die clash, cut error, and near-perfect mint state, makes this 2014 D penny one of the rarest and most desirable coins ever discovered. But the story wouldn't be complete without exploring how it was discovered. This particular coin was reportedly found by a collector who had purchased several uncirculated rolls of 2014 D cents directly from a bank shortly after their release. As they examined the coins more closely at home, the extreme doubling and off-center strike on one coin immediately caught their attention. It was later submitted for grading and authentication, where further tests revealed the full extent of its anomalies, including the wrong planchet and die clash. News of the coin spread like wildfire in collector circles, prompting debates, media coverage, and feverish speculation about its true value. Multiple private offers were made in the millions before a final confirmed sale took place through a private dealer, facilitated by an international auction house, to a high-net-worth collector of error coins for the astonishing sum of $31 million. The buyer, reportedly a tech entrepreneur with a deep appreciation for rare errors and numismatic oddities, viewed the coin as both a historical artifact and an investment. Since then, the coin has become the subject of books, articles, and video documentaries, further fueling its legendary status. What makes the story so compelling isn't just the value, but the lessons it teaches about attention to detail, the value of the unexpected, and the wonders that can be found in the most unassuming places. The 2014 D 1-cent coin's journey from a penny roll to a multi-million-dollar artifact reminds us that extraordinary stories often begin in the most ordinary moments. It encourages collectors and enthusiasts around the world to pay closer attention to their change, to study the coins they come across, and to learn the signs of error coins that might otherwise go unnoticed. The broader implication is that minting errors, far from being undesirable accidents, are now recognized as tangible pieces of American monetary history, frozen in time and rich with context. Each error tells a story, of mechanical failure, of human oversight, of procedural gaps at the mint, and together they form a canvas that collectors read like historians. In the world of numismatics, rarity is king, and uniqueness is queen, and the 2014 D cent delivers both in spades. As for whether any similar coins might exist, that remains one of the great mysteries of modern coin collecting. The possibility that other error coins from the same die pair could have entered circulation has sparked renewed interest in 2014 D penny rolls and bags, with collectors combing through thousands in hopes of uncovering a sibling to the $31 million marvel. So far, no exact matches have surfaced, which only adds to this coin's mythos and cements its place as one of a kind. Whether you're a seasoned collector with decades of experience or someone who just found a weird-looking penny in their pocket, this story proves that numismatic treasures are still out there waiting to be discovered. The key is knowledge, patience, and a keen eye. Keep checking your change, inspecting your rolls, and exploring the world of coins, because you never know when your own $31 million story might begin. And if today's deep dive into the incredible saga of the 2014 D 1-cent coin inspired you, amazed you, or just made you want to learn more about the fascinating world of coin errors and rare finds, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a single story that could change the way you look at coins forever. The world of numismatics is full of surprises, and the next legendary discovery could be just one coin away.